This is a video response to Vaseline's new Facebook app where Indian people are encouraged to upload their picture and see a whiter, more beautiful version of themselves. The continuation of a 3-decade-long campaign in India, so it's not really much of a surprise for people over there if it weren't for this media frenzy that CNN, etc. have caused recently. It's true that a lot of multinational companies such as Nivea or L'Oreal or Vaseline have been coming into the market, but what remains to be said is that Fair & Lovely, an Indian company, has been the market leader since that time. Recently, old advertisements have started going viral. We have a few examples over here. The first one, where we see a girl that can't get a job because she's so dark.
Just before my 4th interview, I realized that the obstacle to obtain my dream job was my skin.
Discover Fair & Lovely multivitamin with 4 essential vitamins, B3, E, A and C.
Second one, where this girl isn't allowed into a corporate building until she comes back after using this cream.
आयुर्वेदिक फेयर एंड लवली में जाओ बेटी। I want this photo. What a face.
There are guys too. This one, for example, says, "Stop being a dark, ugly stunt guy, become a hero."
Active sun control, active smooth finish, active fairness system.
Keep rolling. No, keep rolling. Great shot. Yeah, fast.
This was my favorite. This guy is so dark that Shah Rukh Khan lights a match on his face. It's also American grade strength. You know what that means.
सिर्फ फेयर एंड हैंडसम में है अमेरिकन डबल स्ट्रेंथ पेप्टाइड और जड़ी बूटियां जो अंदर समाए और गोरा बनाए 4 हफ्तों में।
जल्दी चल, गोरा बनेगा. The message of these adverts raises a lot of questions. First, what's wrong with being dark? 2. Why portray being whiter as being more beautiful? 3. Does whiter skin equal success? Hopefully your rational answer to these questions will be no. No? Okay, no, coño. But when you look at their sales, Indian people seem to be saying, huh? Hanji? Yes, sir. But what I think it all boils down to is that it's lifestyle marketing. And now the question is two-part, where it goes, why is it that being white is so attractive to Indian people? And secondly, even if that is a fact, why use it? Let's start with B. These companies such as Nivea, L'Oreal, Vaseline, etc. in their own countries such as France, US, UK, wherever they come from, if they did use such a campaign, there would be such a controversy or they would be significantly harassed for carrying out such horrific campaigns. Just not even imagine the sort of consequences that you would have within these countries. Also, you can remember perhaps in countries such as the US or the UK where you used to have adverts for particularly for African American black people for skin bleach and so on, and the sort of very negative reaction that that had later on. The difference between the campaigns in India is that it's not a product marketed for a minority, it's a product marketed for the very majority, hence the success, hence the continuation after 3 decades. It's actually telling the whole entire country that they're not as good as another country, which is surpassing racial slurs. This brings you on to part A, which is, why do Indian people give into that stuff? Why is it that they have this inferiority complex where they would think that people from the US or the UK, particularly white people, are so much better and better off than their own lives? This is perhaps also in tune with the mass exodus of Indian people on an annual basis since liberation into countries such as the US, the UK, or any other foreign countries where there has been such a mass migration of Indian people. So now this really brings on to deeper rooted issues within India which need to be looked at, which aspects such as these are really highlighting. First one, and the main one really being that India is poor. Now what seems to be still surprising and just mind-boggling to me is why India is so ashamed of calling itself a poor country. It's a poor country. Illiteracy and child death is rampant. About 40% of the population lives with less than $1 a day on a purchasing power parity. The gap and divide between the rich and the poor is one of the widest in the world. But it's also the land of hopes and dreams. It's had one of the highest growth rates for the last 10 years. The rate of technological change in this country has been by far astounding. India was one of the first countries to recover from the 2008 crash, but it's still poor. So to end this ramble, what I do want to say is that I don't agree with these products, I don't agree with the way that they're being pushed. However, I do think that it is being marketed in a legitimate way. I think that it is being bought legitimately, and that is all due to the actual demand for the product within the country by those people. So perhaps this is more of an issue of what are the priorities to Indians within India, and to what extent will this divide in wealth within India continue to be ignored internally but exploited externally. Good day.